Hello, this is Star Dragon. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be another video on Genshin Impact. It's going to be about Yae Miko, what the build for her, what the weapon for her, and every other stuff, all the things you need to know about her before you want to roll her or not. So that's what we're going to be talking about before we get started. If you guys kind of like don't want to watch on her and you guys try to roll for the other character like the Rain Shogun or Kokomi, go ahead and I will leave a description below, down the description below in the box there, and you guys can go ahead and check out that video instead. I will have to rewatch that video too just to make sure it's correct or anything. Anyway though, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell side there, and also there'll be a new character coming out in Genshin Impact 2.6 I think you guys find to be interesting. I don't know, you're going to be rolling for Gucci after that. What was he saying? After you see that, but we'll talk about that in the video. So anyway, let's get into a character guide. If you guys do not want to see anything about the skills or elemental birds or the constellation, go ahead and you feel free to skip through the artifact though if you want. But like I said, at the end of the video, I will be talking about their character, the new character that you kind of seem interesting. Then you guys can decide you want to grab her or not. So anyway, let's get into a video. Let's get into a main part here. So if you guys don't know who Yae Miko is, Yae Miko is known as Gucci. She's the Shrine Princess maiden in the Natsurushi Shrine. She is very intelligent and very cunning under her beautiful appearance. And she is a box, by the way, part box. So it's that progression here. She will increase the more of a critical rate if you extend her. Quick damage still stays the same, so you don't really need to build much of a crit rate on her, and I will talk about the build, what you should do on her. Her attack talent here is just normal attack will actually summon forth a Katsusu Spirit that can attack 3 times dealing electro damage. Charge attack will deal AoE damage as a short casting. It will also consume some certain amount of stamina, and plunge attack like any other mage character will deal electro damage when hit the ground impact depending on what kind of element you use, which is she hits electro. And our elements of skill here, every charge I would call it a charge, okay? So for each charge here, you can summon up to 3 charges at a time, and one can deal electro damage, and one also can increase her damage depending on how much she have on the field. If it's nearby her, she can just up to 3. If one of them close to another, it will destroy that one. So it's also the endurance that lasts for 14 seconds for those things, and cooldown you can actually cast after 4 seconds. So they're actually pretty short, so you can actually spam it much you want. So you only can have maximum 3. A reason why they actually have you can actually summon 4 of them in there actually, but I will get through that why you can summon 4 instead of 3. And her elemental burst here, what it only do is just going to use a Sky Kasuzumi. It will cause a lightning to fall down to the opponent, and depending how much charge you have for your elemental skill, it will transform into a Kento Lightning Bolt, which will actually deal extra electro damage to your opponent depending on how much charge you have on the field. So it should transform into that. And by the way, about the elemental burst, it cools down 22%, which is pretty long. And energy costs like 90, so kind of like A's attack. So it reaches a Rain Shogun, but she have a counter for that. But for her, I don't know. You can actually figure that out yourself though about the build, but that's what we're going to be doing though after that. So passive talent this year, you guys need to listen here. So for our first passive talent, Meditation of Yuko is going to have the 25% of gain 1 region character talent material. Only the base material is included when crafting now. The rarity are only a base talent, so not much there. The Shrine of Sacred Shed Shader, when casting her elemental burst, it will destroy her charge and reset the cooldown for one of a charge for cooldown, and reset only for 1 charge per second there. every time, depending on how much they're on the field. And the third passive talent here, Enlightening Blessing. Every point of elemental mastery that Yae Miko possesses will increase her charge by damage by 15%. So per elemental mastery she has, kind of like Lisa. So how much elemental mastery she get? Her elemental skill will actually increase that much by 15%. So elemental mastery also important to her too. And constellation level 1 here. Just the only thing I do is go and increase her elemental burst, and also her technical lightning bolt, and we also restore her elemental energy for herself by 8. So that's how much it can do. Elemental constellation level 2 here. It will increase the level 2 charge, and also will increase to have a maximum of 4 charge in there, and increase the attack rate by 60%. So this is the reason why you can have 4 charge on there instead of 3, because you increase her constellation level 2. Constellation level 3 just increase her elemental skill by 3. And the constellation level 4 here will actually help for the elemental skill to hit the opponent by doing electro damage. After hitting an opponent with the lightning, it will increase all party number electro bonus by 20% for 5 seconds. Constellation level 5 here, just increase her elemental skill, elemental burst by 3, her low by 3. Constellation level 4 here, more of a, I think it's more of a penetration here, just that her elemental skill will help or ignore 60% of opponent's defense. So that's what we actually consider pretty broken, that you got her C6 on that part note. And for ado, let's get into our artifact build. I try to choose the best artifact build if possibly I could on this one, so just gonna have to listen. So the best artifact I would actually say it's gonna be a Thunder Fury, one of her best artifacts I actually can think of if you plan to use her like that. Because like a reason why, because you need to build elemental mastery on her to increase more of her damage by using her elemental skill. So 2-piece here will deal elemental bonus by 15%, and 4-piece here will increase damage caused by overload, electro charge, or superconduct by 40%. That's the reason why I'm asking you to build this beast here, because her elemental mastery. That's why. If you guys do not even want to build her like that, you can build something else, kind of like building her like 2-piece of Thunder Fury, and after that you can actually build her like 2-piece of like Gladiator or anything like that, or energy recharge Evelyn of a Silver Fate. That's another thing too, in a way. But for me, how I would build it, it's Thunder Fury, 4 pieces, no doubt about it. But also it can so also reduce the cooldown by 1 there. So instead of 4, it's gonna be 3 seconds. And for her stacks here. So her flower is gonna be main hit point main stack is gonna be hit point, but her sub stat I can recommend you have some elemental mastery in there. With if you have any more crit rate, go ahead. Crit rate, crit damage, put it in there. Same thing for a feather. Stand up time, which is the stand up Eander call it. So this one I recommend building an elemental mastery for this one. You want, because she will deal more damage if you have elemental mastery. For a cup though, I recommend having electro damage bonus would be the best. The crown main stack, I recommend a crit damage. You already can put the elemental mastery you want, so depending on how you want to build her, I will build her like this, even though I'm not going to roll for her anyway. So let's get to a weapon then. Let's see. I try to choose the best weapon for her. For energy recharge though, you can build it at energy recharge, but we will get through that though. I'll explain which one you should build. So this one you can actually craft from a shop here. Go map of more. Increase base attack. So that's 1 elemental mastery increase if you level it up. Trigger. It also here said that trigger elemental reaction grant by 8% of elemental damage bonus by 10 for 10 seconds, maximum of 2 stacks. So this one will be actually a very best for her to increase more elemental mastery and also cause more reaction damage. If you guys don't want to build that, you guys can build the whip smith here, increase her base attack and her quick damage. This is going to be a random roll on the field for every random theme song for 10 seconds. One will occur every 30 seconds though. So one is going to increase the attack by 60%, one could be increased by all elemental damage by 48%, and the other one will be increased elemental mastery increasing by 240. So depending on which one, it will activate occur every 30 seconds. So depending if you're lucky enough to get the one you want, that's how it is. Another one you can build from the shop if you have an energy recharge. You can counter her which will help counter her her elemental burst energy cost. It says here after equipping this one, it will trigger electro elemental reaction due to nearby party number, and an elemental type involved to an elemental reaction will receive by 10% elemental damage bonus to the element lasting 6 seconds. Elemental bonus for gain cannot be stacked, but even though in a way you still can counter her. You can do more electro damage and counter her elemental burst cost energy. You can also, there are actually another one you can actually use, so it's going to be Sworn Old Eye, which will be an upcoming college weapon coming out in the next patch. It says here increase energy recharge by 24% after 10 seconds after using the elemental skill. And her best weapon is Conqueror Variety. Well, you already know about this one. Gain dance with effective elemental skill cost. The elemental skill damage of the character wielding this weapon will increase by 12% for 12 seconds, maximum of 3 stacks. This character will gain 12% all elemental bonus when they possess 3 stacks. So yeah, she can put up the charge, so that will be your best weapon. They're always going to make it like this anyway, in a way. And at the end, and I did mention at the end of the video, I actually mentioned there's going to be a new character coming out in 2.6. I found one character on Twitter already, so this is what the person looks like. So it's going to be Kafi Saito Ayaka older brother here, so name it Kafi Saito Ayako. The head of a Kafi Saito clan, using a Hydro one-handed sword character. Ichi did come out. He's gonna be a first Hydro sword character in the game. Not Child. Child is a bow. He could deal melee when elemental skill, but this guy building a one-handed sword perfectly. And yeah, you can tell they look almost kind of low same, but that's that he dressed like this because he's the head of a clan. That's all. That's all I have for you guys today. I don't have too much about the character of this guy yet though, because I've been looking through it and I also did through the leak too, but I can't find anything. And if you guys don't plan to roll for Yae Miko, you can roll for a Rain Shogun or Kokomi or this guy here. And so this guy only can review it in 2.6. And also another character coming out, it's going to be a 4-star character, but it's unknown, so I cannot give you a brief information about another character that comes out in 2.6 too either. Could be an Archon God, but I don't know. But 4 stars, so I don't really care too much. So yeah, if you guys do want to roll for a Rain Shogun or a Kokomi, go ahead and check out my link in the description below on those 2 characters. Like I already mentioned, I will rewatch those 2 videos to make sure everything's cool. If there's error or something a little bit off about that, I will make another video to explain, and I will actually do another video on those things and to make sure you get it right. That's all I have guys for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, go ahead and leave a like on here in the description below. And if you have any questions, go ahead and catch you guys on my next. I will catch you on my one of my stream or on my next video.